Well, thank you everyone so much for coming. We are so thrilled to have everyone here in Pigtown to celebrate our Green Streets, Green Jobs, Green Towns Awards. Come on forward, everybody find a seat. This is going to be a great day. We're so thrilled to be able to celebrate this accomplishment of our grantees. As you know, there are 20 amazing organizations that are here today who have earned, through a very competitive process, awards in our Green Streets, Green Jobs, Green Towns program. And I just want to give a little background of this program for those who are not familiar. Our goal with our partners, so EPA, thank you so much, Cecil, for being here. The City of Baltimore is our new partner this year. So Mayor, thank you so much for your team. Such great folks that we're working with. And of course, DNR and EPA, MDE. And our goal here is really to green communities. And what we've learned over the years is that greening communities accomplishes a lot of sort of ancillary benefits beyond just the greening. It's great for economic boost for our downtown. So the project here in Pigtown is going to be right along the main street of Pigtown. And research shows that businesses that are along green streets actually do better. It has energy implications. So greening obviously provides shade. It reduces energy use in both summer and winter. Jobs, so many jobs are created. There are some contractors in the crowd from the for-profit sector. Can you guys raise your hands? Great. So you guys, this is Green Jobs Boost for our local businesses. And so many local Baltimore businesses, for the 8 projects of the 20, are going to benefit from projects here in Baltimore. And of course, livability and walkability. You know, there is a ton of research. We are based in science at the Chesapeake Bay Trust, so there are a ton of research that shows that people enjoy living in green communities. It improves psychological health and physical health. So a lot of benefits of these greening projects. And I will say that this Green Streets, Green Jobs, Green Towns program was the brainchild of EPA, who approached us several years ago and said, hey, we think we can solve some of these infrastructure issues with greening. Local jurisdictions have to do infrastructure projects. We are always digging up our streets, as you guys probably saw on your way into Baltimore. So let's put them back together in a green way that accomplishes these other benefits that we talked about. So with that, I'd love to introduce Regional Administrator Cecil Rodriguez, who's going to talk a little bit more about EPA's role. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Jenna, and thanks all for coming out. This is, as Jenna said, a great day, not only for Chesapeake Bay Trust and EPA, but for the state of Maryland and other recipients in the Chesapeake Bay watershed of these grants. It's a pleasure to be here to announce the next round of grants. This is the 7th year that we've been doing these grants, and it's all started, as Jana said, with our partnership with the Chesapeake Bay Trust, and it has led to great things, and we have many more good things to come in the future. We are here to talk about because of partnerships, and that's what makes this engine run. It's not only the partnerships that we develop, but partnerships with government, nonprofits, with the private sector, and with our communities. It's government at all levels, and because we're all invested in the effort to support clean water and to improve the quality of life in our neighborhoods, and these projects are going to go towards helping that. I was in Baltimore last month with Mayor Pugh to celebrate this completion of a Green Streets project at Sarah's Hope. And one thing that struck me, and I think struck everyone that was there at that, was just the beauty and change that green can make to a neighborhood. That makes it more welcoming, more warm, gets people out of their homes, and makes it a walkable, safer community. I'd also like to obviously acknowledge our state partners. I know Deputy Secretary Thoreau of Maryland Department of Natural Resources is here, and Assistant Secretary Buell of MDE is here, and we've all worked very closely on these Green Streets projects because we all know the importance of green infrastructure as to help our environment and to help our neighborhoods. This program obviously would not have been possible without MDNR's support and Chesapeake Bay Trust. Jana and her team have just been outstanding in supporting us and truly instrumental in getting this program off the ground. And one of the great benefits, obviously, is to the city of Baltimore, but EPA's seen the economic environmental and quality of life benefits of this program, and we're trying to expand it throughout the watershed. And you'll be seeing more of the projects that are throughout the watershed. These sustainable solutions are proving to be smart investments in not only water quality, but reducing energy use, improving air quality, and increasing property values, and making our neighborhoods greener, cleaner, and healthier. Our research has shown that for every green G3 dollar that the Chesapeake Bay Trust and EPA has invested, we leverage another twice the amount of money in private sector and other money. So this is also about leveraging other resources, and it is a great opportunity for all of us. I want to again offer my thanks to this year's grantees. Please take some time to look around at the other projects. One of the great benefits of this program is we learn from each other. We benefit from seeing what other communities are doing. I met the mayor of Greenbelt, and he's here, and they have some great vision and projects that they hope to work on, and we can all work with each other and partner with each other to make our communities a better place. And we've always been impressed by the quality of the proposals we've been given, and this year is no exception. The winning designs and projects apply a variety of innovative green practices that bring environmental, aesthetic, economic, and quality of life benefits to all the lives around in our communities. Our grantees, past and present, are leading the way for local governments and agencies around the country who are discovering the benefits of green infrastructure for controlling stormwater, reducing flooding, and rejuvenating neighborhoods. That's why I'm pleased to announce here that the 20 recipients will share more than $843,000, which is leveraged by a local match of $1.9 million. Awesome day. This project on Washington Boulevard here in Pigtown will slow stormwater runoff by replacing hard surfaces with green features, and will also calm traffic. It's another term I've learned, calming traffic, and shorten pedestrian crossings. We congratulate Pigtown and Executive Director Ben Hyman and for incorporating the G3 program into the plan for Washington Boulevard, and we look forward to working and partnering with them on other projects. We worked with them on the Building Blocks for Sustainable Communities program in April. We came down and had some meetings to get the community engaged, and we're looking forward to working with this. The common thread for all of these projects is strong community involvement. And with people rallying around it, we get people to rally around for a brighter future in our communities. Because we all care about flooding and improving water quality and creating livable neighborhoods. Excuse me. We look forward to continuing to work with all of your funding partners as well as the grantees, and as together we can raise the bar for green infrastructure. Not only are these projects great for our communities, they are so innovative, and we're looking forward to spreading the things we learn throughout the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Administrator Rodriguez. So, traffic calming. We wanted to have this project here because this is real life. This is our communities. These are the communities that need traffic calming, that we walk up and down the sidewalks, and we really wanted to give people a sense of what was going to happen and the change. And so Ben is going to give us a little tour at the end, so I'm very excited about that. So again, EPA is such a wonderful partner. We couldn't do this obviously without federal support. We do have representatives from several Congress folks' offices. Mary O'Keefe is here from Congressman Harris's office. Where's Mary? Oh, thank you. Bridget Smith from Congressman Sarbanes' office. Thank you so much for being here. And Shannon Lewis from Congressman Cummings' office is maybe here, planning to come. So thank you so much. Obviously, federal is important, state's important, local is so important because this is where things happen. And we are so thrilled this year to have been joined by the City of Baltimore as a partner in this program, focusing specifically really on vacant lots. These are the areas in our neighborhoods that can benefit so much from greening. And we're going to see a couple of examples on the posters around, and we're actually standing in a nice green space here. And I really can't thank the city enough for such wonderful partnership and great people to work with. So I'd love to welcome the mayor.
So this is also my neighborhood. I happen to operate a business here. Well, I don't operate it anymore. but it's still here. But I'm really, really grateful to be here, and I wanted to say thank you to the Chesapeake Bay Trust. But before I get started, let me acknowledge our delegate Mosby for being here with us. My Chief Operating Officer, Pete Hammond, is also with us, and my Communications Director is also with us, which you're with us all the time. So anyway, Jan, I want to say thank you, too, for all the work with the Chesapeake Bay Trust and Mr. Acting Regional Administrator. We get to see each other quite a bit, and I thank you as well. Mark Belton, I'm not sure, Secretary of Maryland Department of Natural Resources. Well, thanks for being here representing him. And the Ben Grumble, Lynn Bull, and Ben, thank you for being here. And thank you for all the work that you do on Main Streets, because you've been one of those strong survivors, and not only a survivor, but one who has really pushed Main Street projects out there. You've done a yeoman's job, and as we all know, Main Streets are small businesses inside of our neighborhoods and our communities, and small businesses create 9 out of every 10 jobs that are created in this country, and so we're really grateful. But let me just say, the Green Street, Green Jobs, and Green Towns initiative is helping to make Baltimore City just a cleaner and greener and a healthier place. But I wanted to acknowledge the 7 different projects that are right here in Baltimore. The Canton Canopy is one of the recipients of this award. Thank you. Thank you for keeping up the great work. They're going to plant 49 new tree pits and expand 28 more. That's greening, am I not right? And then there's Druid Heights Community Development Corporation, another great CDC in our neighborhood that's been involved in urban renewal for quite some time, and they've always been involved in how to reshape neighborhoods and communities, and their project will take on urban greening and environmental education and awareness, something that we want to make sure that our young people know more about. The Parks and People Foundation, another organization in our community that's been involved in dealing with many of the vacant lots in our community, and we know that as we green those areas, it certainly changes the outcome for the community. And Civic Works, another greening urban vacant lots. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. And of course, the Waterfront Partnership, another that works with our wheels, our Professor Wheel, our Mr. Wheel, and Pigtown Main Streets, of course. But let me just say that all of these projects working together to clean up our, because all of this results in a better bay, better water supply. And I also wanted to point out the Salvation Army, because you do so much work, not just in Baltimore and Harrisburg, but throughout the nation. And we thank you for all that you do on behalf of all of the citizens that you serve, but more importantly, to be engaged in this process as well. We really are grateful, and I want you all to continue to challenge yourselves, your organization, and to compete, because as you well mentioned, this was a competitive process, and obviously we did a great job in putting together our project, so we look forward to you all continuing to compete and Baltimore being more green, more clean, and healthier for all of us. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Mayor. And obviously, state level, so important. Our state agencies couldn't be better partners. We are so lucky to have the incredible staff at the leadership level and throughout the entire agencies. They provide the overarching context in which we do all of this work, and without them, we wouldn't be able to really put the pieces together in the way that they need to be put together. So with that, I'd love to introduce Deputy Secretary Jo Anthro from the Department of Natural Resources.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Jana. Thank you to my fellow colleagues sitting next to me. Our Secretary Belton and Secretary Grumbles are with the governor this morning, and they apologize that they cannot be here, but Lynn and I are thrilled to represent the state. I have some colleagues here from DNR who've worked very hard on partnerships. We are all about partnerships. This grant opportunity, it represents that. We have worked with Chesapeake Bay Trust, with EPA, certainly with the City of Baltimore, but this is the most important part. This is the fun part, where you get to see the difference you make locally. What we have here, though, is an opportunity And I really want to emphasize that. The opportunity here is to transform the communities we're in. This is just a grant. What you do with that grant makes all the difference. When I was walking around to look at the posters, I noticed a few things. And the things I noticed are youth. The community is engaged. It's about that partnership that we heard from EPA, that we heard from City of Baltimore. That partner where we have the state, we have the local, but we have the citizens. We have that opportunity to educate, inform. So it's what you do with it. The history of this program with the G3 grants goes back a few years, and you look at an example, one of the first projects, I believe, on Decatur Street in Edmonston. And that was a big deal. I'm telling you, that mayor might have been a national celebrity by the time this was done because of all that they did to transform Edmonston with their Green Street. They even had a motto. I wrote it down here somewhere. Yes, green is not just our town color, it's a way of life. So when it began to transform their community, it did other things. It inspired others. So we at DNR were thrilled to be part of this program. We continue to want to be part of it, want to be part of what's happening in the community. And I see so many wonderful people here, and I challenge you to take this opportunity and do the most with it for our environment, for the people who live in the grants that these projects will be implemented. So congratulations to all of those, and on behalf of my colleagues, thank you. We're happy to be a part of this.
Thank you so much, Joanne, for both your work and your team's work. So, you know, obviously this is about local communities. Greening has so many local impacts, but water does run downhill and ultimately ends up in here, the Baltimore Harbor, and our local streams and in rivers and the Chesapeake Bay. And we do have a goal to be able to jump in the Baltimore Harbor. When is it? By 2020? Couple years. Who's in with me? Anyone going to do it? I'm doing it. 2020, we're going to jump in. And of course, Maryland Department of Environment has provided so much assistance with us getting to this place where we can swim and fish and use our local waterways very soon. So with that, I'd like to introduce Lynn Buell, Assistant Secretary of MDE.
I will be brief because many of the prior speakers have offered thoughts on how beneficial these types of projects are. I'll just start by saying if Secretary Ben Grumbles were here, he'd probably be dressed in green. That's all he talks about is green infrastructure. We need to push it. We're the department that issues the permits that require local governments to manage stormwater. We are taking a look at our entire program and figuring out how to incentivize more projects like this, because when you look at the ground like this, that water's going to trickle down under this grass and stay here, as opposed to out into the street and out into the harbor, and that's exactly what we'd like to see happen. But I want to echo the comment about just the enhancement to the community of the treescape. I happen to be a huge proponent of urban tree banking, so more shade, better air quality, lower temperatures. We're going to try and do everything we can to promote that, and Baltimore is certainly proving to be a leader, and we're delighted to support their efforts. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lynn. And last but definitely not least, it's always great, I think, to hear from someone who is actually on the ground doing this work, getting his or her hands dirty, because that's what it's going to take to get us where we need to go. So I'd like to introduce Ben Hyman up, who's going to tell us a little bit about the Pigtown Project. And then we are going to come back and do favorite part of the ceremony, a presentation of the big check. And then after that, we're going to take a little tour of the actual project here. So I'm not sure how much detail Ben is going to go in now. He might save a little bit to entice everyone to go on the tour. But Ben, I'd like to welcome you up to the podium.
Well, great. Thank you, Jana. Madam Mayor, Acting Regional Administrator Rodriguez, distinguished guests, fellow grantees, it's my honor and pleasure to welcome you here to Pigtown today. Before I get started, I want to recognize some important people who are here. We have a board member in attendance, Debbie Allie Dickerson from Work Printing and Graphics. Thank you, Debbie. And the mayor said many kind things about me, but I think it's important that people know that not only is Mayor Pugh a business owner here in Pigtown, Too Chic Boutique, but she's a former board member of our organization, and she's a real champion and a true believer of small businesses in Main Street. So it's great to have you back here, Madam Mayor. So we're honored today to receive financial support from the Chesapeake Bay Trust and its partners, including the Environmental Protection Agency, Maryland Department of Natural Resources, and the Baltimore Office of Sustainability. Pigtown is a community of 5,500 residents right here in southwest Baltimore in the shadow of Camden Yards. And we're proud to be one of Baltimore's most diverse neighborhoods and also one of its most historic. And these pigs behind us, it's more than cute and clever artwork. It really reflects the history of this community. When the pigs came down from the B&O Railroad Museum and really were herded through the streets of this community. So we're really proud of that heritage. Support from the Chesapeake Bay Trust and its partners will help us build the Washington Boulevard Green Infrastructure Project and achieve our goals of making Pigtown a stronger, more livable community and a stronger community, a stronger fabric for our small businesses here. So not only will our stormwater bump outs reduce runoff into the bay by 1,400 cubic feet every time it rains, they'll also make our streets safer for pedestrians and reduce car accidents along Washington Boulevard. I want to recognize our amazing project team that has made this project happen, Tom McGilloway and Megan Griffith from Mahan Reichel, and representing Cityscape Engineering, Nick Lindau. So thank you so much for your support. As Jana mentioned, after our event, we'll be giving a tour of the project site so you can see this work in action and see what we're proposing. Also, my businesses would kill me if I didn't give a plug. After the tour, stop by for some lunch or a cup of coffee. Support the local small businesses that make this community what it is. We'd really be grateful for that. And thank you once again, Chesapeake Bay Trust and your partners, for your support.
Thank you so much, Ben. I can't wait to see, really on the ground what we plan to do here. So thank you so much in advance for showing us that. Again, we've emphasized this theme of partnerships. It's really the teams and so many amazing people. So I just want to call out a few folks to recognize. From the Trust team, Jeff and Sadie and Zach and Kelly are all here. You guys are amazing. Our EPA partners, Ken and Michelle and all their teams are here, Tom, and I'm going to forget people, but thank you so much, EPA teams. DNR, Gabe Cohey and his team do such incredible work all around the state, so thank you, Gabe. And from the city, Jenny Guillaume has been a wonderful partner. We have learned so much from you. And I think Mark Cameron's in here too. So Mark, thank you all so much. So with that, it's time to present the big check.